Draw My Psych video, Parasomnias by Hannah McVeigh. The history of parasomnias. Parasomnia is derived from Greek paras, which means alongside of, and Latin somnus, which means sleep. Parasomnia began in the 1930s and was included originally in the DSM-3. Otherwise known as paroxysmal nocturnal dystonia, parasomnia has been around for quite some time. It is defined as the unpleasant, undesirable, or experimental phenomena occurring at sleep onset, within sleep, or during arousals from sleep. There are 3 states of sleep: awake, non-REM sleep, or slow wave sleep, and REM sleep. Non-REM sleep includes confusional arousals, sleepwalking, sleep terrors, and bruxism. And REM sleep contains REM sleep disorder, recurrent isolated sleep paralysis, and nightmare disorder. A few other parasomnias are sleep-related hallucinations, sleep enuresis, which is bedwetting, and hypnic jerks. The prevalence of parasomnia. Who does it affect? Parasomnia is more affects more children than it does adults. Children, like I said, are at higher risk for parasomnia than adults are. And 4% of the adult population have some sort of parasomnia. The average cost for the nation is $16 billion per year for sleep-related disorders. That is a lot of money. Some symptoms of different parasomnias, like sleepwalking, are getting up from bed and walking around with no recollection, and can be confused or possibly violent if woken up. An REM, sleep behavior disorder, the symptoms for that are acting out vivid dreams while you sleep. It can be very, very violent because the dreams are often action-packed. Maybe gun-related or stabbing, stuff like that. Sometimes people can be seriously injured. Bedwetting is most common in children, is another sleep disorder. And usually goes away with age. It can be caused by underlying stress that has not been addressed before, or signs of other medical disorders within adults. Trends for the latest treatment of parasomnias. There are sleep diaries, to be completed every day. A sleep scale, so rate your sleep. 1 out of 10, could be good, could be bad. And in-lab sleep studies, so somebody watches you sleep and hopefully gains some insight on what's wrong with you. The medical approach could have sleeping pills, or sleep apnea is one of the biggest causes of any of other sleep disorders. So you could have a little CPAP machine that gives you airflow to help maybe prevent the other disorders. And then the changes in the DSM-5. Okay, so parasomnias are now called sleep-wake disorders. And then the REM sleep behavioral disorder mentioned earlier is its own category. And parasomnia, NOS, is removed from the DSM. Case study Emily. She woke up in her dorm room and it was a stormy night. It was still very dark, and there was a yellowish-orange light from the street lamp outside. She got up and shut the window, lying on the right side facing the wall with her eyes closed. She began to hallucinate and felt a pair of hands with thick fingers stroking her face. It felt very odd, as if she were buzzing and electrified or covered in static shock. And at the same time, a heavy ringing began in her ears, very loud, in an even tone. She got the sensation that there was someone else in the room very close to her. She was able to open her eyes and felt a weight pressing down on her in the form of a shadow. A squat, cat-like creature with claws and humanoid eyes with no pupils. She couldn't distinguish the face beyond the outline of its glowing eyes. She knew it was a demonic force of some sort, and tried to scream, and felt the air leaving her throat, but only heard a faint whimper. Unable to move the entire time, the apparition vanished, and she was able to move. She got up and turned on her bedside light and sat up until dawn. Sleep paralysis can often cause such a case where there is no available way to move and no sleep after. It can cause a lot of severe anxiety. Next, I have a video showing a little bit of sleep paralysis, a small animated short, kind of describing that concept.